Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
Hold on to your lug nuts. It's time for an overhaul.
Turn it up some.
I'm your huckleberry.
I don't give jobs, I hire men. You won't give me anything, and I won't give you anything.
Collision, sir.
Whoa, relax. We're not even moving.
There's no crying in baseball!
We are News New Mexico, statewide. It's Tuesday, November 7th, 2012. I'm Michael Swickard. Bob Endlich's here. Jerry Harden is our producer-director, and newsnm.com is our website, newsnm.com. You can stream from it, you can podcast it, and also you can send us feedback. As we do each week at this time, we have Marita Noon on our Newsmaker line, Energy Makes America Great. Org, yes, it's org. You have to remember, if you go to Energy Makes America Great, you got to go org if you want to see it. How are you doing, Marita?
I'm doing mighty fine, thank you. I had a lovely lunch yesterday with your buddy Bob there.
Yeah, with Bob, and you also are on speakerphone, are you not?
No.
Because we can't hear you.
All right, I'm not on speakerphone, but I had
right.
trouble with the headset. Jerry and I tested it, and it was good. But anyway, here we are.
No, that was one of those ones where we were going to have to guess what you said, and
No,
you really
no.
don't want us doing that, do you?
No, sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
But I'm here for you, baby.
All right, that's what I wake up in the morning waiting to hear that. You have a column, the Department of Energy corruption. Man, every time they give money and power to government, my goodness, it's like giving car keys and whiskey to teenage boys, isn't it?
It certainly is. They're bound to get into trouble.
That's actually, who is that? That's, he used, I have one of his books, A Parliament of Horrors. I'm trying to think of the name of that guy that has that quote, because
I don't know.
He's a funny guy. He's written funny stuff for 20 some odd years. But anyway, he has that. Do you have it?
No. But what I was going to do is say that Marita's got the goods on these DOE people that really are playing favorites and twisting the rules around. Why don't you talk to us about that a little bit, Marita?
Marita, twisting the rules?
Well, yes, that's what a new lawsuit against the Department of Energy by a advanced vehicle vehicle manufacturing company that had hoped to get some of the stimulus funds that were made available specifically for advanced vehicle technology manufacturing. And this particular company did not receive the loan, went through the process, did things right, at least they thought they did, and did not get a loan. And they're now suing the DOE for corruption and negligence. And I don't know that the lawsuit will actually go anywhere. My particular interest in the lawsuit is that the lawsuit has now managed to get some media attention to this particular issue. And the media was not covering this story at all. And then suddenly they filed a lawsuit, and now they're getting some media attention, including me.
Okay, now you reviewed 350 pages of leaked emails. When will anybody in Congress and Washington figure out if you write it in an email, we're sooner or later going to have it?
Good point. But, they've been, the House Oversight Committee House Committee on Government Oversight and Reform, that whole long name. That committee has been trying for more than a year to get these emails out of the DOE, and the DOE has been stalling and not giving them those emails. And a whistleblower from within the DOE, leaked the emails. And Christine, my researcher, and I, she in particular, read through all 350 pages of these emails, highlighted them, marked them up, tabbed them, the pink ones, referenced the president, and so forth. And from these emails, we believe that the XP Technology, the company that's suing the DOE, has a valid case. I mean, we're not lawyers, so we don't know where it's really going to go legally, but we certainly can see that the things that they are claiming in their lawsuit these emails, these leaked emails, seem to validate.
All right, so the smoking gun. Give us the smoking gun as far as corruption and those kinds of things.
Well, one of the emails I personally found most interesting was from Secretary Stephen Chu himself. And in this email from Secretary Stephen Chu, it addresses what are we going to tell the White House when we have a meeting with them, because the White House is mad. Now, this is not the exact words, but this is the essence of it. The White House is mad that a particular loan has not been funded yet. Why are these loans not ready? Why have you not approved them? And the reason, one of the Stephen Chu cites, and this is the exact quote in there, is that he says, because one of the reasons is we have staffers who are taking a quote-unquote principled stand.
Oh, no! In government?
So he's unhappy with these
Marita,
staffers that are holding up loans.
You mean those career bureaucrats are actually
a principled stand in government?
Instead of greasing the skids for the most favored?
And see, that's why some of these emails got leaked, I believe. It's the same thing we're seeing with Benghazi, is that these staffers, these lifetime, career government employees, are being blamed for stuff that is not their fault, because repeatedly throughout these emails, another thing you find repeatedly is that staffers are being rushed because the White House wants to announce this for this press conference, or they want to put it into the Saturday radio broadcast, or there's repeatedly throughout this, you can see the frustration of the people writing the emails in the fact that the White House wants to rush this project. They want to have it done. They want to announce it for the president's making a visit.
Yeah, it may be that, Marita, or it may be, I paid my bribe, where's my money now? I bribed you guys, now where's my money? I want my money. That's what I think that may be close to.
I want my Obama phone.
That's it. I want my Obama phone. I want it now. I voted the right way.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Okay, boy, we need to talk about a little bit about the Department of Energy. Best person to talk to is Marita Noon, energymakesamericagreat.org. Continue where you were, Marita, talking about all these people had paid their bribes and they were wanting their thing, and these career people were having a principled stand, huh?
Yeah, there were some people who felt like what the White House in particular, I mean, there were numerous places, and realize, of course, that President Obama is on record as saying that these loans were all made based on their merits, and they were not politically motivated. And we've also had Jonathan Silver, who at the time was the executive director of these various loan programs at the Department of Energy, who resigned immediately upon the Cylindra scandal coming out. But Jonathan Silver, under oath in a hearing before the House Oversight Committee, he said that we did not know who the investors were in these projects, nor did we care. And the reality is
now that's that second half of that statement is the most telling statement, isn't it?
It is because the whole thing is a lie, basically. I mean, they knew who these people were. They were going to parties with these people. They were going bike riding with these people. And they did know who these people were, and they most certainly did care, because some of the emails say things such as, get this loan approved quickly because this person is having a meeting tomorrow with Valerie Jarrett.
Yep, that's it.
You're talking about coffee meetings, sleepovers, beer summits,
sleepovers.
A little bit of an exaggerated term, but but there is an email that says, my guest room's available. If you want it, I'll leave you a key.
Ooh.
How nice.
Now,
So,
Marita,
so using the term sleepover, but had they done that, they might have stayed up and ate pizza and watched movies. I don't know.
They got a good theater there at the White House. Now, here's the thing: is we had 8 years of Bill Richardson, in my humble opinion, doing exactly the same stuff. We have a rail runner that is a yoke around our necks, going to squeeze us for $1 billion. And it all happened exactly the same way, which was he was running for president. He needed donors. Whatever you wanted could be done as long as you threw money his way.
It's green energy.
That's my opinion, that's exactly what happened.
Well, Michael, that's how I got involved in this whole topic in the first place. I wrote a column on Harvey Yates' book called Governor Richardson and Crony Capitalism.
Exactly.
And that was my introduction to this whole topic, and when I read that book, it was eye-opening for me. I was not aware of these practices prior to that, but that book, which is available on Amazon.com, Governor Richardson and Crony Corruption, or Crony Capitalism, I believe is what the book is called.
That's it.
But, that opened my eyes to how they do it, because that book carefully traces one thing Richardson's done, and it wasn't the rail runner, but it was the pit rule, and it showed how he manipulated things, how he lied, how he got benefits to his donors, and it was like, oh my gosh, I never understood. I just sadly was naive, didn't understand how that was done, and that got me looking into this entire topic area of crony corruption.
If you think it's just small potatoes, it probably cost us $6 billion. Us, New Mexico, $6 billion for that pit rule.
Listen, Wrangler, I don't want to be a party pooper, but you've got a knife in your back. Did you know that?
Well, that's how the president feels when people leak emails. Let's have Marita Noon, EnergyMakesAmericaGreat.org, talk about people leaking emails about the Department of Energy.
Well, the leak emails specifically address the way the various loans, and in my column, I'm especially addressing the Advanced Technology Vehicle Manufacturing Loans, the ATVM loan program, but the emails address the other programs as well, these 350 pages worth of leaked emails that were dumped on October 31st. We talked about them then, but we hadn't had a chance to go through them all, and while it's Christine Lakatos, my researcher, who has gone through them all, I have sat there with her. I was with her last week in California and went through the piles of them and read. I didn't read all 350 pages, but I read the more salacious pieces of them, including the one I mentioned earlier from Stephen Chu and the one from Jonathan Silver, where he says, we don't know who the investors really are, but in fact, the emails revealed that they did know who the investors are. And I loved the one where the project was being rushed because one of the investors was having a meeting the next day with Valerie Jarrett. They also mentioned Bill Daley, former chief of staff, and they also mentioned Rahm Emanuel. So clearly when the White House says these loans had nothing to do with politics, we were not involved, and the decisions were made solely by Department of Energy staffers who reviewed the loans on their merits, it's totally not true.
Well, one of the things that when you read emails forensically, which is what you were doing there.
Oh, is it? Thank you.
Well, because you're after the fact to see if there's a problem. One of the questions is, can you tell when they're actually telling the truth and when they're writing it with that's a cover your Komasayama memo, and they write things that it's obvious they know it's not true, but they've got to write it to put it in words. You know what I mean? It's a cover your backside type of memo. You saw those, didn't you?
Yes, we did see those, because we saw where we were saying, I know we don't, this, I know this isn't ready, I know this isn't good, but we're getting pressure from above the agency to get this done.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're getting pressure, we need to get this out the door.
That's sure.
And they also talked about what we're getting pressure from the White House to get more projects through the shop.
Absolutely. And so I think one of the things that you know for sure is that they have a whole division of the White House leak pluggers looking for those kinds of people. And that's too bad, because we depend as a free society on people, when they see the president or somebody not doing things right, to leak that stuff out to the media, and we're expecting the media to run with it.
3 years ago, we had a parallel situation with this ClimateGate email.
Oh, in England.
In England, yes. And a lot of people say that this was someone went in and stole those emails. If you do a careful analysis, you'll find that someone on the inside leaked it.
Because they knew.
Because they knew, and said this just needs to see the light of day from someone outside with a little bit of this forensic analysis that you're talking.
With forensic analysis. Marita Noon has a great website called EnergyMakesAmericaGreat.org. We talk to her every Tuesday at this time. Marita, thank you so much for what you do.
Always a treat to chat with you guys. Thanks.
Thank you so much. You can go to Town Hall. You should go to Town Hall and click on her columns and say you like them. She gets extra bags of jelly beans if you do that. She likes jelly.